It's around.
Don't say that. Don't. Looked around my room and I was like, "Sheesh, I've had this little area over here in my room."
I'm gonna take this beautiful rock.
It's because I felt like I needed to with the different situations that I was handed. Can you say good morning?
Good morning.
So we are down the beach. I haven't done this in ages. When Kurt used to work full time, this is literally what I used to do like nearly every single day. I'd go for a big walk with the kids and then on the way back I'd stop at the beach and let them run around.
Mum, not really do the belly thing on the ropes again. It's gonna be really big time, so it might be pretty easy.
Pretty easy, but we don't have a towel. That's the only thing.
That's like, I'll just get you why, because how sunny it is.
Okay, go for it, babe.
It's like that.
It's actually smaller than the other day. Such a nice way to start the day by coming down here. When we're going on our walks anyway, we're literally right next to the beach, so may as well pop down, and the kids absolutely love it. I just spoke on my Instagram earlier explaining a motivational talk I was listening to this morning, and I really want to share it over here for you guys as well. So basically it was with Oprah Winfrey and the author of the book The Power of Now, which I've got the book and I've had it for ages, but I actually haven't read it yet, so definitely want to read it after the one that I'm currently reading. And they were talking about the author and how he was at one of the lowest points in his life. Little trigger warning, go ahead 15 seconds if you don't want to hear about suicide. But he was at the lowest point in his life and he was contemplating taking his own life. He was sitting down and saying in his own head, I just can't live with myself anymore. I just can't live with myself anymore. And then he thought to himself, what a strange thing to think, because if I can't live with myself, does that mean there's one or two of me? I am myself. So then they went on to say, well, maybe only one of these people is real. Because when we say to ourselves, I'm going to tell myself this, or I'm telling myself that, or you're literally just talking to yourself, who is the other person? Anyway, it was just a really interesting concept, and then they go on to talk about the little voices in our head and how they're not always as real as we think. So I really enjoyed that little talk, and it was just kind of like a little bit of a light bulb moment. I don't know if it makes complete sense. Hopefully I didn't butcher it. But yeah, no, I was listening to it and I was like, I really want to share that, because I felt like I'd never really thought of it in that way before. Even sometimes with things like mum guilt, we can so get in our own heads about things and work ourselves up to a point where we think that's our reality, whereas in reality, it's not at all. Little way to think of things and to kind of try to make our thoughts not consume us and not have so much power over what our actual reality is, because what you think you become. So important to make sure we continue to tell ourselves how amazing we are and how much we are worth and where we want to go. So yeah, I hope it sparked a bit of a light bulb with one of you and made you realize to not be too hard on yourself and not always believe the voices in your own head. Is that a real life rock?
Yeah, I just thought it was a blue ball. I picked it up and it took like...
Wow.
I'm gonna take this beautiful rock home and I'm gonna paint it.
Are you gonna find more to paint as well?
Yeah, and I've got this one to paint too.
Beautiful.
And this one's plain white, so I'm gonna paint that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna paint this really pretty one that has no dirt on it.
Beautiful. Should we keep trying to see if we can find more?
Yeah, and maybe you could help me paint some.
Okay, sounds good.
Wow.
Oh, that's it.
I thought it was a rock. We can let this shell free in the ocean. Alright.
I've actually got an appointment at 11 o'clock with my psychologist, which I'm really excited to see her. Obviously a lot of different feelings and emotions have come up over Christmas time and things like that, so I think it's perfect timing to see her. Hi! So yeah, that'll be good.
Shell! Wow! Shell!
Wow!
Wow, look at the inside. Did you see me go under?
I did see you go under. Are you freezing?
No.
No? That was a very big wavelength. He loves it, hey?
Yeah, come with me, okay. Say hi there, buddy. You're so cute.
Regan's like, what is it? He's a spider.
He's so cute. Look, spider. Spider.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
I know, he was hopping around the whole time I was pushing you.
Yeah, a spider.
Can you see it, Regi?
He was hopping like a bunny.
I'll put him on my hand.
Oh my god! Look at where that go! He went for his head, jumped on his hand. I feel like it's on me. Oh my gosh. Where did it go? Spider. Oh my gosh.
Mum.
I feel like, don't say that. I feel like it is on me.
It's right.
Don't say that. Don't. I feel like it's on you.
What is happening?
I need to rip the whole thing out. This is it? Oh, it is too. Okay, sweet. It's not on me. So this is actually a job that I wanted to do today. Since it's an overcast, yucky day, I wanted to rip everything out and reseed it because it's all just see you later. Except this is kind of like doing its thing, isn't it?
I feel like this is just
A weed?
that grows in the grass.
Probably is just
Because,
a weed.
like, yeah, I've seen that like at the park.
Okay, well let's just rip the whole thing
Do
out.
I taste it?
Well, Burko took a photo and he thought it was some sort of chili. These are going good, the jalapenos. Jalapenos are going well, guys. I was going to do that a while ago, but then I knew we were going to Sydney, so I was like, I'll wait until we get back. I'm going to replant my whole veggie garden. See, well, I've got some seeds in there, so I've just got to see what we want to plant. And I'm not going to put as many. Like, I've got so many in there, so I'm just going to do like 1 or 2 things. Yeah, maybe we do that later. Maybe we'll do that for like a later, the Savo job with the kids out here for something to do. Hello guys, I'm dressed and ready because I'm gonna go downstairs I think my psychologist appointment's about an hour away, but I've also got a bit of work that I need to get done first. So I'm going to try to get that done, and I'm feeling a little bit nervous about my appointment today. I think because it's been a while. Over Christmas she was very booked out, so it was hard for me to get in to see her for quite some time. Obviously Christmas was a bit of a tougher time for me, but it was also a huge milestone. Like, I knew if I could make it through that was going to be the hardest thing. That was going to be like the hardest part, the hardest year, the first big like time of the year that's like family time of the year that I had to kind of get through. So I knew that, you know, every event and every year after that was just going to get easier and easier. So yeah, now that Christmas is over, I do kind of feel like a huge weight lifted, but I also feel like there's a few things that did pop up that I need to kind of revisit with her. So yeah, I'm really excited, but I am just feeling like a little bit nervous today. Like I said, maybe it's because it's been a while. I was seeing her like every 3 weeks, and I think this has been like around about 5. There were a few big triggers that happened like right before Christmas, which is when I kind of took a bit of a step back. I think having to like talk through it all when it's been a while ago, when I kind of feel like I'm just getting over it, it's kind of like, because you have to like, you know, bring it all back up and talk through it. But I guess that is part of the healing journey. It is good for me in the long run. I also wanted to update you guys as well, because I know so many of you are asking like what my preference was with like coaches and therapists and things like that. So now that I've been seeing my psychologist for a while, it is definitely my personal choice. The main thing I kind of get out of my sessions when I go, the biggest thing for me is to try to understand the way people are and why they do things a certain way. And she's very good at understanding why situations have happened. And I feel like once somebody can explain to me a why, it kind of makes it easier for me to accept. And also very validating, you know, of different things that you go through your whole life and people sweep it under the rug or act like it was nothing, to hear somebody to validate and be like, wow, like that is not normal, and you shouldn't have to deal with those things. It's just very, very validating. So yeah, it's been honestly like so incredible. The hardest part by far is going to that first appointment, but if you can just push through and do that, I swear it is so healing and so worth it. And most times, like, I get really excited and, you know, like I love going and seeing her. But then when I have big things to share, sometimes, you know, it can be quite emotionally draining to have to relive through it all and explain everything again. But I'm getting better at it. Anyways, guys, I wanted to give a bit of an update on the books. As you guys know, I read It Ends With Us. Absolutely loved it. Like 5 stars, amazing book. Have lent it to my girlfriend down the road, bought it for Kurt's mum, and they all absolutely love it. Then I went on to the second one, It Starts With Us, which is another Colleen Hoover book. It's the second part to that first one. Loved the start of it, was like very, very hooked. I did finish the entire book, but the ending to me was just like, I don't know, there just wasn't as many like twists and turns in that. I guess the first one like really hooked me in, whereas this one's a bit more of a lighter read. This one for me would be like 3.5 stars. So it was still good. I would definitely read it again just to know like the outcome and what happens in the end, but it's definitely not as like exciting as the first one. The book I'm on now is called Atomic Habits. I started this one yesterday and I literally was like reading it and I was like, wow, like there's some hard truths in this. I was reading it and I'm like, crap, like I should go do this, I should go do that. I read this little part to Kurt in here yesterday. Why small habits make big difference. It's so easy to overestimate the importance of one defining moment and underestimate the value of making small improvements on a daily basis. Too often we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action, whether it's losing weight, building a business, writing writing a book, winning a championship, or achieving any other goal. We put pressure on ourselves to make some earth-shattering improvement that everyone will talk about. Meanwhile, improving by 1% isn't particularly notable. Sometimes it isn't even noticeable, but it can be far more meaningful, especially in the long run. The tiny difference an improvement can make over time is astounding. Here's how the math works out. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you'll decline down to nearly 0. What starts as a small win or a minor setback accumulates into something much more. Then there was this part that I read as well. We make a few changes, but the results never seem to come quickly, and so we slide back into our previous routines. Unfortunately, the slow pace of transformation also makes it easy to let a bad habit slide. If you eat an unhealthy meal today, the scale doesn't move much. If you work late tonight and ignore your family, they will forgive you. If you procrastinate and put your project off until tomorrow, there will usually be time to finish it later. A single decision is easy to dismiss, but when we repeat it, 1% errors day after day by replicating poor decisions, duplicating tiny mistakes, and rationalizing little excuses, our small choices compound into toxic results. It's the accumulation of many missteps, a 1% decline here and there that eventually lead to a problem. So anyways, that's basically what this one is about, guys. And there's, yeah, like I said, some really hard truths. There's one like all about clutter and that. I looked around my room and I was like, sheesh, I've had this little area over here in my room so cluttered and messy, and yesterday I was like, that's it, I'm tackling it. It's gonna take me 10 minutes, and it's just been sitting there for so long, and I finally got it clean. So yeah, there's some parts of it where I was like, yeah, that's definitely me. Like, I've let things slide here and there, but also I try not to be too hard on myself, because I feel like the last 6 months have just been challenging for me in other ways, and that's what Kurt kind of said as well. He's like, definitely, like, you know, I haven't been in my same routine and swing of things how I was. I know that, but I feel like also I'm at the point now where I need to like kick myself up the butt a bit more and get things happening to make a good 2023. So yeah, this one so far really good. I'm not far into it though, so I'll update you guys at the end. I'm only like literally 18 pages in. It's definitely a lot harder to read a book like this than it is to read a book like this. I read the 2 Colleen Hoover books in literally 2 days, whereas this one is a bit hard though. I started trying to read it yesterday when Regan was asleep, and Miller and Lincoln like came out every 5 seconds like, mom, 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 and then my phone was ringing for work and stuff like that. So I tried. I think this will be one where I'll start setting my alarm early in the morning and trying to read it when my mind is nice and fresh. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go downstairs now, try to get that bit of work done, have my appointment. Yeah, I feel a little bit like funny about it today, but I know afterwards I'm gonna feel like 20,000 times better. And that is the really amazing thing about when you go and you see someone too, you think you're fine, and then you walk away and you're like, wow, I feel like 10 times better again. So I'm really excited. I am really excited to go and see her. I've got a bit of sand on my shoulder from Regs and see what she has to say. What did you just say to me, Linky?
You look like a princess.
Excuse me. What does Dad look like?
A lifeguard. and I think that looks like a prince.
Oh, that's nice.
And I said Mum looks like a prince.
You said I look like a queen.
Yeah.
Look, the sun's coming out.
Woo!
Just finished my session, guys. Oh, so good. I tell you every single time afterwards, I'm like, I'm so glad I did it. I just explained like some different situations that happened, and she was like, I am so proud of you for the way that you handled that, the way that you did it. So that's it. She just said, like, I can just book in now whenever I feel like I need it, but I don't need to continue to do regular appointments. At the start, I was doing like one every 2 or 3 weeks, depending on when I could get in with her. And then that one was like, she said probably my last one, just like regular one to check in over Christmas. And I was like, I don't know how she's gonna go, because there were a few big things that happened. And even though that happened, she was like, the way you responded to them and the way you handled them were like great. So yeah, I feel really good. I feel really excited that now I actually have all those tools to help me moving forward. She also said that she can tell, even though there's been a situation that's occurred that's made me have to deal with a lot of things from my past, she's like, I can tell you did all that you could with the tools that you had to be able to move forward and create a different life for yourself, which is very true. With my reading, with my fitness, with all the different things that I do, since I was like 14, 15, maybe even younger, I have put a lot of energy and effort into self-help and reading and listening to podcasts, and it's because I felt like I needed to with the different situations that I was handed. It was the only way I could really figure out how to move forward from them. So yeah, no, I feel really, really good. Excited it went well. And hopefully I don't need to see her for a while. Hopefully I keep on this path, but we'll wait and see. What have you got? Where did you get that from, hey?
Dad gave me.
Oh, so do you want some spaghetti as well? that was fun.
I did one that
Oh, yeah. You guys stinky. Okay, you guys go on sorting through the clothes.
Here's the yucky.
Yeah,
Dad teaches them disgusting things. Bad words and disgusting things.
Oh, you're being like fully called out here, Kurt. Okay, let me know when you're done.
I didn't
Is
take
that
Yeah. Oh dear. We're gonna pull the tree down.
No, we're going to take these off first.
Perfect.
And we're going to take this off.
Wow.
Link, do you mind getting the Christmas
There we go.
decorations over that side?
Put it in the bag. Put it in the bag, Rinky. We'll surprise Daddy when he gets home, hey? We'll have it all done for him.
Well, I'm getting the ones up high. Yeah, I got some. Not too much. How about I give you a little of mine? No. What, no.
Oh, there's.
Give me it. Milk.
Do you reckon Dad's gonna be stoked that we got it down when he gets home?
Yeah, sorry.
Wow.
Wait, he's saying Mummy's a poo head.
Don't say that about me.
Mummy, please.
Alright guys, Kurt is out of the house, so it's just me at home with the 3 kids this afternoon. My girlfriend just stopped over, now the kids are outside and they're like happily playing outside, so I got all the decorations down. I've just still got to vacuum it all up, but I'll try to get that done before Kurtie gets home. I think I'll stick to hanging outside with the kids for now because they're so happy out here. Climbing. Good girl. I didn't get to my veggie garden. The kids were not too keen, but they're having so much fun out here, so I'm going to leave today's vlog here. I don't know how long I'm going to be out here for, but they definitely seem happy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.